I'm hearing, let's talk about what it means to trust the seasons of your growth, to trust cycles of life, to trust transition. And what I'm really getting is this is about learning how to not fight with change. So, if you're here, you are someone who has done a lot of healing through relationship. And the healing that has happened through relationship has been almost entirely about your self esteem, about your growth, your personal growth, and your ability to see yourself as powerful and as a more than enough as you are, and also as like a powerful creator. Like your feminine energy is what exudes, it's what has been healed through your experiences in love and relational, your relational experiences. And that can be in love, or it can be also through, just any one-on-one experience or any relationship with another person. And that could be a parent, siblings, but peers, like friendships. But what I really do get is love has been significant. Yes, confirmation, we have the Lovers and the Hermit card coming through. So you have been like a hermit through your love life. You have felt often alone, and you've also felt that your experiences in love have left you like seeking wisdom or experiencing or learning wisdom through them, and it's felt like a very solitary experience. So let's say you were in a relationship, and the circumstances of that relationship made you learn a lot about people. It made you much wiser than you were before. But the experience has been one where it's left you learning that alone, if you know what I mean. And yeah. And you've come out kind of feeling like you have given so much to others that perhaps didn't have the ability to give back to you. And that may have been one of your core lessons that you've been learning in this life. And I'm not really sure exactly why yet. Why is this your message around trusting the seasons of your life and around not fighting change? I think it's because your relationships have been huge tower moments for you. They've been these huge moments of when your life as you knew it has fallen apart. For many of us, relationships are the greatest moments of disruption. When a relationship ends, or when something shifts in it, it can become, or it can be, the most significant disruptions in our life. And that's because we bond so strongly to people, and that relationships are core to what it is to be human, and it's the most intimate experience. And so when we have a shift in an intimate relationship like that, it can genuinely feel like we are never going to be okay again. And so of course our nervous system wants us to fight against that, wants us to protect ourselves against that. We don't want that to happen, right? But this message is coming through to say that, first of all, this story for you has been about learning how to become a container. I was going to say, like, someone who can hold true sensuality, true love, true devotion, romance, ecstasy, pleasure. These are things that you have always wanted, right? And you've been looking for these through relationship. But for whatever reason, you have been left seeking after. You've been left looking. And so things have ended. Relationships have become seasons in your life. And they may have become cycles as well. You may have been repeating patterns. And the patterns kept coming to an end. They kept leading you towards destruction. And you would have to rebuild. And so this experience of repetitive, life growth and then death, life growth and then death, it has taken you through many years of your life. But now you're at this point where you are feeding into yourself and feeling into yourself the way that a true partner, a true devoted partner actually would and actually needs to. So you learned how to see yourself and how to feel about yourself the way that a true divine partner must feel about you in order for it to be a true match, in order for it to be divine union. And this has been, like I said, a series of rocky endings, or things like experiences that felt like the world was shattering around you or was being pulled out from under you and you were just falling and there was like no control here. This has all been part of the growth of yourself. I'm really seeing a tree now. So I'm seeing you as a tree and developing rings the way that trees, as they grow outward. So it's like a spiral in a sense that you have been growing outward and becoming more and more and more of yourself, more and more part of the world, like, you know, and this has been the growth process for you, but it has required multiple cycles, multiple years, multiple, like cycles of life. You have attained some deep and important, significant wisdom through this experience. And yes, it has taken, okay, this is what I'm getting with this 8 of Pentacles here. You have mastered the craft. You've mastered the craft. It's been like you've done this over and over and over and over again, and now you've finally unlocked it. It's like a craftsperson who just keeps doing it, keeps making that thing until they just become good at it, until they become a master of it. This has just been a mastering process for you. I'm also seeing this like wood behind all these, you know, pentacles, pieces of gold that this person has crafted. And I'm really seeing it's like you wear your experiences now like a badge of honor, or like badges of honor. And you're still working. You're still working on yourself. You're like, this is not done. It's not like I'm done. You just got used to the process. And I will say that what's also coming through here is that taking time to take a break from the work, take a break from like self-work, take a break from self-introspection once in a while. You know, you don't always have to be the one who is like working away. There's something here that is like going to interrupt that process to some degree, and is going to allow you to sort of like look up from your work, so to speak, and notice that, you know, you don't need to be proving yourself anymore, basically. There's a match here, King of Queen of Swords and a Two of Wands. So you are going to literally look up from your process that you're in now, which is the process of refinement, the process of introspection, the process of like just continuing on the path. You may be busy working, busy focusing on what you're doing, on your work, and just pouring into the refinement of a craft that you're doing now. And you're gonna just like look up one day and you're gonna be like, oh, and your soulmate will be standing in front of you, you know, or like a match will be standing in front of you, but you're going to see them visually. This is what I'm really getting. You may see them from either across the room, or you may see them online through something, or they may see you online. Something about this is someone is drawn to someone else while they are talking, and they will see you from across a space. Oh, I just kicked the thingy. I think this is going to feel rather like a jolt, like I said, about things. Yeah, it's like an interruption in your normal process. That's what I'm really seeing here. So seeing something from afar, seeing the person from afar that is going to mirror back to you what you have actually built up in yourself now. And you're going to see them so clearly, and they're going to see you so clearly. And it's like, I'm also seeing that this is like, it's been in the works for a very long time, or there was a turning of the tides that needed to happen before this could actually occur. This takes two is what I'm getting. So it may have been that people were doing other things. You and this other person were just like busy doing your lives, going through karmic lessons, traveling, whatever, learning things about life. And so it takes two, right? It takes two storylines to find this point, to meet at this point. And it's just all about time. There's something very, very clarifying and clear and yeah, like there's no question is what I'm getting. There's no question about this. Ace of Pentacles, and then we have Queen of Wands also on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, this is like an opportunity being brought to you. This is something that is like emerging. But it's also, yeah, I'm seeing sunflower. I mean, there's a sunflower here, but I'm thinking of the sunflower seed and how the last reading I did was about seeds as well, about bursting forth from a seed. So it could have been, that could also be following us through into this message as well, which is that this opportunity that's coming through is in some way the emergence of a person into your life. What else do you need to know about this message? Let's see what else needs to come through today. Oh my god. Okay, so we have the trumpet. Okay, we have the judgment card, but for some reason I said we have the trumpet card. So it's because I can hear trumpets blasting, right? Like I can really hear the trumpets blasting in this card right now. It's like dun 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 dun. It's heralding. It's literally heralding in something. It's like when a king appears or something. It's like, ooh, hot damn. Yeah, Queen of Cups. This is like something that is an emotional desire of yours. It's something that is soft. You're going to experience this through your body and through your emotions as well. But it's something that you have like visualized or dreamed of, and it's like a vision manifesting itself, or a vision coming true. I'm really seeing you kind of like looking into this kind of like spiritual device, this like this almost like, I was gonna say transmitter. So it's like you've been kind of doing these complex visualizations or meditations that have been like transmitting a desire into the universe. And this is like the heralding moment of like when it arises or when it arrives. Something about you arising. It's a family. There is like in the judgment card here, there is a family. It looks like man, woman, and child here. Not that that's the only form of family at all, but you know. But yeah, there's a lot of people here. So I'm also getting that there could be a celebration of some kind, a celebration of just of life and people joining together. There could be dancing involved here, but I do think that there's like something skyborn. I'm hearing skyborn. You're the one who this is being called to, though. See how the judgment card, or see how the trumpet in the judgment card focuses its sound into the arms of this woman, and she looks directly at the angel, and the angel looks directly at her too. So there's something really significant about you personally having your calling. It's like, or you are being answered specifically through this experience. And it's making you feel so seen. That is another thing that I'm really picking up here, is you feel seen by God and by the angels, and they see you. Okay. So, King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Three of Cups here. There's a social environment. This is someone who may be a friend or maybe connected by friends. We have Five of Pentacles flew out here too. So, what's that all about? What is the Five of Pentacles here, clarifying that? This King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups dynamic is like someone who is like a man or masculine energy who is, I mean, they have some things going for them. Let's just say that. They're sexy. They got nice clothes. They got a nice body. They got like money, or some aspect of their physical life is well established. It's well taken care of, well established. They have a lot to offer. They have more than enough to offer, and they want to give it to someone. Like they want to offer this energy or this resource, these resources that they have, right? Queen of Cups here, you're like, if this is you, this feminine energy is focused on their vision, their focus. She's focused on her spiritual pursuits and on her like ability to see into things, like very insightful being. There's not as much of a focus on material things for the Queen of Cups here, but with the King of Pentacles, it's like, I have more than enough for you as well. So there's also this like energy of a kingdom. This is kind of the Little Mermaid, but like the good, like if it all worked out, you know what I mean? If it wasn't horrifically tragic. I mean, I know the Disney movie is actually, maybe the Disney movie is that, if it all worked out. Yeah, I think it is. That's not how the original story is, just so you know. The original story is extremely tragic and beautiful and spiritual. So, what's this Five of Pentacles trying to tell you? Ten of Pentacles reversed. What's this about? Okay, I don't think you're going to allow this or believe that it is, in fact, yeah. Something about this is going to either remind you of things that are bad, of things that have hurt, of things that will never come to the full fruition that you want. Yeah, or it just simply will not be. Yeah, I think that you think that exchanging with this person or with this energy is going to just leave you feeling heartbroken and emotionally bereft. There's something here. There's something between the exchange of these two energies. On one side, there is this reversal of fortune energy, which is with the King of Pentacles. And then there is this emotional pain energy with the Queen of Cups. And between those two energies, we have this exchanging of energy. We have this, here, take from me. Here, I have more of this charity energy. Okay, so this is a cycle, some kind of repeating experience. So you're going to be self-defensive in this situation. And you're going to be focusing on manifesting truth, on manifesting what it is that you know to be true and real. You want to see, like I said before, you want to see that things are you want to make sure that things are divine and that they are not just illusionary or illusionistic. So there's going to be you're going to be like tending to this garden. You're going to be watching this, observing this as you go along. Starting off first with how this person can show up emotionally, how this person can show up in an emotional capacity. Can they meet you in emotional honesty, in emotional openness? Can they meet you in innocence? What is their emotional landscape like? What's their history like? What is their childhood like? You have the Six of Cups here. Can your inner child feel safe around this person? As the Queen of Cups, if this is you, that is your focus in the early stages of this situation, because you don't trust an exchange of resources. This exchange of resources thing that's at the center is either it would result in something that doesn't work, or you are just like adamant. You believe that is what's going to happen. It feels like something coming back around, or like something that, like a pattern that you have experienced before. And so you were, like I said before, at the beginning of this reading, remember, we were talking about how experiences in partnership have brought you into the state of the Empress. It's brought you into this like complete understanding of what you are and what you bring to the table, who you are, and what you also deserve in partnership. However, you are still self-defense mode when it comes to people just trying to come at you, right? Like people trying to come at you with their offers of blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I don't fuck around anymore, okay, mister? Like, this is like, no. Like, slow down, because I need to work with the divine in every step of the way here. I need to make sure that my manifestations are like exactly how I want them to be. And I mean, I will say that, like, you may not need to try so hard. Like, it's not like it's all up to you. Like, there are things that can happen. No, I'm actually hearing that that's not the message that wants to come through at all. What I'm hearing is you are supposed to be in your, as much in your power as possible right now. That's what I'm actually hearing. Like, when I was speaking, it was like, no, stop, let's change that. So I think that that was my human brain trying to give you advice there. And the divine was like pulled me back like reins, being like, that's not what we're doing here. We're giving divine advice. So I think that your human brain, it's like you're in dialogue with your human intellect and your divine guidance. And you know that this is a period of your life where you are prioritizing divine guidance and divine communion over your kind of like human thinking brain, because what you want is something that is truly divine. With the Lovers card here, you want to manifest in like an actual divine union that's really as like elevated and whole as possible, as it possibly could be, like a true beautiful partnership that brings in, you know, real devotion, real love. So you're not fucking around, and you're going to like know, because you're so in tune and so tapped in, that you're going to bring down divine justice and divine intervention into any experience that you're having with someone else, and you will allow the divine to call out and to like mark what is to what, basically it's like you're putting up magical defenses. Okay, that's what this is. You're putting up magical defenses that filter out anything that is not pure. There it is. That's the message. You should do that now. Maybe that's what you're being encouraged to do now, but you can also just do this whenever, like, and even if you meet somebody and they seem a little too good to be true, I can see that this might be what you're going to be doing. You're going to be like putting up magical defenses, maybe even doing like a spell that shows, that reveals truth and that reveals people's true characters, or a spell that reveals, it could even be a spell that reveals to you past life so that you can get more information. I think that so we have the Queen of Pentacles here and the Ten of Cups. But what was between these two energies was the Knight of Wands in reverse, but I felt a need to turn it upright. But I think what's happening here is there's like you've had a lot of experience with players. And you're like, don't get involved. Don't, like, if you're like dating, let's say, you're just like, get the F out of my face if you are going to interrupt my process of getting the Ten of Cups, right? This is like, get out of the way. Anyone who's not serious, anyone who's just coming in for like a good time and who has like shady intentions, or who just like does not care about the emotions of me or anyone else that they're playing with, anyone who comes in with just sexual energy and nothing else, with no emotional or energetic maturity, no spiritual maturity, that will get between you as this Queen of Pentacles and your Ten of Pentacles, right? I do see, however, that there is the potential that someone is your match here, and that you are perceiving them to be this type of Knight of Wands, and that's going to be your, like, you're not going to rush in thinking that this King of Pentacles is your Ten of Cups. And I think that we should leave it to be seen as to whether this person actually turns out to be that Ten of Cups, because it doesn't matter. The point of this reading is for you to understand your personal power, right? That's what this whole reading is. This is to validate where you've been, what you've experienced, the pain and the agony of being with like Emperor reverse types, of being with like controlling, sexually deviant type people, and like you have healed out of this as a feminine creature. You've healed out of this in some way. Your defenses that you put up are screening tactics, and they are collaborating with the divine in order to make sure that people are, like I said, spiritually or emotionally pure to some degree. And that doesn't mean perfect, that we're not doing purity politics, but I just mean their intentions are pure. Their intentions are gentle. Their intentions are caring. They are for cultivating your inner child. This is the kind of energy that you need, that you require, and that they are gentle with themselves as much as with you, that kind of thing. So, like I said, this reading is not about, oh, who's coming in. This is a reading about what are you going to do when someone shows up in your vicinity that kind of looks like they might be, a good match. How are you going to navigate that? And this is just to validate you and to reflect back to you that your discernment here is mature. Your discernment is maturity. Your discernment is based on understanding the dynamics and the mechanics of reciprocity, of sustainable exchange, of real wealth, of real, I would say of real generosity, and what real generosity feels like, what it really requires. This also has to do about timing and understanding that things must take a certain amount of time. And this discernment has a lot to do with your painful experiences. You have been through things that have made you wiser and also a little bit embittered. And that's not something to be, upset about with yourself. This is just a time in your life where you are being called to, I guess in a sense, like, just honor yourself. That's what I'm really getting. And the divine is coming here with opportunities for you that are, I think, real opportunities, real beautiful experiences. The potential, we'll see. Let's just get one clarifier here for what I'm saying. I would like a clarifier for what I'm saying right now. Clarifying this message. Okay. Yes, like I said, this is about discerning through confusion. So you have had so many illusions, right? You have learned how to feel your way through the dark. You've learned how to use your intuition. You've learned how to read things, read potential misnomers, potential illusions that people create. Like I'm getting like magicians, like they'll create a spectacle that looks a certain way, but you have developed this moon energy, which is actually being able to walk in the dark. Like you can actually like close your eyes and feel and sense on like the very hairs of your body and your tippy tip. I don't know, like the hairs on my chinny chin chin. I'm getting like, you can literally, very, very sensitive creature you are in now. So you can like feel, sense instinctually whether something is an illusion or not. And you are, honestly, there's 9 of Cups here. You are like seated very much in your power with that. This is about protecting your peace, protecting your autonomy, protecting your happiness. Oh my God. This is so important for all feminine creatures, for all beings, especially femmes, especially women. Like this is like you own your own space. You own your own emotional safety. You own this. This is yours. And so that's why you're so defensive of it. And that's good. That's a good thing. Like that's not, you're being like respected. I think this reading really is actually trying to like show you that the divine is watching you and is celebrating you and wants you to know that you being self-protective in this way is like absolutely the right thing to do. And that the reason for it is like you're protecting your emotional purity. You're protecting your inner child. You are. That's what the 6 of Cups is here too. You're like, absolutely not. This is who I'm protecting. And like, don't fuck with me. Don't try and break down my walls. Don't try and get in where you're not welcome. Like, I have not invited you yet. I have not invited you in. I have not seen enough of your life. Like, you need to be like asking these kinds of questions with people. Just because someone on the surface looks like they are your match, or looks like they could be a match, or they're really sexy, or there's something about them that's like, that is not a reason to build with them. And that's what these cards are all saying. That's not a reason to build with them, because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You don't know what kind of energy they're tied to. And so because you're so perceptive and so sensitive and so tapped in with your like magic and your and the spirit realm, you are a highly perceptive being that is 100% able to trust their intuition now. So yeah, what an interesting reading. It took us from learning or talking about trusting the seasons of our life to this like really straightforward reading about having romantic boundaries and self-awareness while dating, it seems. But this all has to do with the lessons that you have been learning through these cycles in love, through these cycles of, I heard forgiveness and just waking up time and time again, waking up and learning about yourself and about others and about the world. And it's just making you a wise person that is actually very happy and very fulfilled. So yeah, the Emperor card has come up again. So there definitely is an energy of like, this has a lot to do with your relationship with the divine masculine, whether that's embodied in a human or just like in general. And it's just about relationship as like, and here we have the Empress coming through as well. So there's like, this is all about your experience of divine partnership and the lessons therein that you have learned. So I hope that reading resonated with you, and I'll see you again here next time, hopefully. Bye.